Recently, we're given a task at work. We're trying to deploy a particular settings that is existing from a business that bought another business. So it's called standardization of the enterprise. And we had many scripts to deploy that will do the changes for us. And so because we needed to do it very fast on so many servers, we had to use some technique to be able to run this deployment very quickly. And when I learned that, I just thought that, okay, it's something that I should share with the community. So I would go to the other server is running something. Let me quickly run it here and then show us how it works. Or I can still connect here. Let me connect to my second server. Yeah, I'll run it on second server. So what the script does is that it's going to go into the server and do all this thing. Now, to make it easier, I already prepared this script. For this particular one, we used what they call link server. Because of time, I'm not going to create link server to run it from our CMS to all the servers that are in the environment. And so it will go in, pick a particular database, run the script that it wants us to do, go to do all the deployment, do all the settings, all in one go. So in able to do that, we first of all had to enable Sql Command mode. You have to run the query in Sql Command mode. Now, for the purpose of this high-level demo, what we are trying to run, we want to create a database. We'll create a table inside the database, insert records. Oh, okay, I have it here. Okay, I have it. Insert records, then then do a backup of that database, all in one, in a particular, in running everything using Sql Command mode. Now, some of us here already know what Sql Command mode is, but Sql Command mode would help you can run queries on multiple servers without leaving where you are. So, and you can also, the moment you enable Sql Command mode, it will allow you to run some script. It will turn on some specific features for you to be able to run some script. All right, so if you want to enable Sql Command mode, I normally turn mine on by default. You go to tools, or you put your query, the moment you put your query, if you come to query, you can see Sql Command mode here. You can click it here, it will take you to Sql Command mode. But I like putting my own default. So I'll go to tools, I'll go to options, and then I'll go to query execution. If you go to query execution, you go to SQL Server, you click on general. So it will tell you that, where is it, by default? Yeah, this is the option here. By default, open new queries in SQL Command mode. You must have that turned on. All right. So now, if you click on new query, for example, mine by default right now is in SQL Command mode. I'm in SQL 01, as you can see here. If I want to go to SQL 02, all I just need to do is to connect to SQL 02. You see that it will put the query in this mode, SQL. Then I want to see what's the version. Then let's just do a simple query and say select that add version. Let's see what's the version of SQL Server 02. Good, it has connected to SQL 02 without me leaving SQL 01. So I can even run some queries here to check on what is here. Let me see, for example, do I have any table here in SQL 02? Very slow. Let me see, DBA tool. Do I have any table there? Do I have any table there? Good. Okay, let's assume that I want to go there. So I can say, when you connect to SQL 02, use that database, DBA tool. Then you say go and select star from, let's see what's in this table. Let's see. So I'll connect. You see that? So without leaving SQL 01, I've been able to go and query a table using this. Now, on a very high level, when you want to do fail, or when you are working on, say, always on high availability, and you want to do failover, you're preparing for patching or you want to do something, and as you continue to build your experience, it will be good to do it in SQL Command mode. For example, if I need to fail over from my primary to secondary, I can run it on SQL Command mode, put all my scripts here to do the stuff, and put it back to connect back to SQL O1, all in one line. So when they're telling me failover, I'm not going to GUI. I'm just highlighting that section. It will connect to SQL 02, do my failover for me, connect and do back. Now, that is one method. The second thing I want to show you that is the one I started from. We want to run some queries that is located in our F drive under script. We want to run all this query. I've already built my script, so I'll just connect. I'll open this one. I've already connected so that I can use it to explain. So if your SQL Server is already in SQL Command mode, the moment you connect to your SQL Server, you see this? So what am I trying to say? It's very simple, as you can see. It's in SQL Command, but I'm saying run this query for me, R. You know, the other one I use connect. If I'm connecting to one server, I use connect. So this one I'm saying R run. Go to F drive script. There's a script there that is going to run this thing for me. Go there and do this for me. That's what I'm saying. All right. So now I already know this is the database that I did that work on. Let me delete this database. Delete it so that I can run it here and show you guys close existing connection. That database is gone. Yes, it's gone. I can do a backup to it. So what are the scripts that I'm going to run? Imagine that in this case, it's just a simple task, but the task that we did at work was more complex. It was bulk of script, but we had to put every script that are here, stored procedure, everything, doing everything, database, anything that you want to do. You can also use this when you are installing SQL Server. You want to do your post installation where you have bulk of scripts somewhere. You can run it in SQL Command mode if you have the settings turned on. So now what we're going to do is simple. We're going to create a database, create a table, insert records, back the data up, then we look at what we have done. For you to know that the database I've deleted, let's look at the name, create database. What's the name of that database? Let's see. So it's going to be called library management. So right now there's no library management. So if we know that we're creating a database library management, then every other thing here is under library management. All you just need to do is you can either highlight it or you run it that way, but I just like highlighting it, you run. Look at that. The whole task is completed. It has created my database, it created my table, it inserted record, it has backed up this database. Now, let me confirm that it has backed up my database because I already have my script for backup, right? Let me just check that to be sure. Then I'll go show you where's my B drive? Yeah, there is it. What's today's date? 11:37 a.m. My backup was taken for me. So you can see that, and it has verified. For you to see this result, that means it worked. If you want to verify here, you can also refresh your database here. You'll see that the database was created. You said create tables. That's created the table. It has inserted the record for you, and it backed up the database, and we can verify that it's done. So ladies and gentlemen, this is how to use SQL Command mode. Any questions before we stop the recording?
Yes.
Okay, do you want that to be in the recording or we should
It's
stop it?
fine. No, it's fine. Yeah, I've always known the Sql command, right? But I wanted to see if, because we just ran it on a single instance, could you also run something like syncing, let's say, server level objects between replicas using the Sql command one?
Do you have an example of a script? I can, if you want me to run this now on here for it to go to SQL Auto, I can do that as well. I've prepared that already. Is
Okay,
that,
so okay, hold on. I need
yeah,
to gather my thoughts. Okay, so even
okay.
if you have to run it in SQL O2, do you have the same file path in O2 as well? Do you
Now,
need to have it?
this is my lab environment. That's a very
Right.
intelligent question. Now, it's my lab environment. I know that my big space is in F drive. That one is in.
Hmm.
Now, I can share the path of my main script, where my main script is. Now, don't forget that this is high level. So if depending on the task that your script is doing, in my own case, I'm creating database. So I must make sure that my spaces and drives are available. Now, if I open the script here, you'll see that I already put SQL 02, where is it? Create all in SQL 02. Now, if you look at this one, it's different because I'm using network path. So that's a good question. So now you see that in SQL command mode now, I'm going to use connect. I'm still on SQL Server 01. I have not left SQL Server. So I'm going to use SQL command mode to connect to 2 and run that same thing. But my script is located in SQL 01. Don't forget
Okay,
that.
yeah, you're using network path. Yeah.
I'm using network path. So here I'm using the local because I'm running it local on SQL 01. I did it locally. But now I'm going across, assuming firewall rule, everything is done.
Mm-hmm.
You know that you can, it's your environment, you can connect. At work, you can connect to anything. So SQL 02, we don't have library management yet, as you can see there. So I can run the same script and it will go to SQL 02 using
O2.
that. Let's
So your
find out.
backup path is the same
It's the
in
same
O2. Yeah, so that's
in
what I
zero
wanted to
two.
confirm because if something is missing, then this will not work.
It will not, if something is missing, it will not work. And a very smart choice could also be using, if you are doing something like backup, for example, because I had to look for an example that would be basic. What I was doing was not even creating database. It was going in, putting some high-level things on the server, going into the database, doing some things. We're actually doing a tool, configuring a tool called Backup Orchestrator. So
Okay.
we needed to make sure that what is existing in the enterprise is what is existing in this new business that was acquired. So we're standardizing. So we have the
Standardizing, yes.
format in the enterprise. So we're doing the same thing for the other one. So for us to be fast, imagine if you have to start logging in. And at times I can run this on the CMS, assuming your environment is standardized. I can go through CMS and I'll connect to 50 servers and I run this at once. So what will take me 30 minutes to do. If you don't have this information, it can take you a whole week because you'll be creating everything one after the other.
Yeah. Okay, that makes
So,
sense. Yeah, I've used the SQL command, especially with always on. But I've never had to use it, this way where you create
oh,
objects. Yes, I haven't
sorry,
done
my
that,
server is
so that's
something
where
else.
my interest is in. You
Okay.
mentioned linked server. Where does linked server come in here?
Okay. Now, good question. So we're trying to create some settings for our backup orchestrator. So we had to use our CMS. We connected through the central management server, through a link server that is linked. So each server must have that link server connected to the CMS.
Right.
To,
Hmm.
so, and then we deploy from CMS to be able to go in and talk to all the servers and do what we
Using
needed to
linked
do.
server.
Yes.
I'm interested in that one.
Okay, I can demonstrate that one another time for you.
No, you won't. I will call you later. We will do it today.
Okay, so sorry, my server, this lab environment, I don't know why it just shut down, but let me turn on the screen back and do that
Sorry,
one.
sorry, Evan, while you're trying to power up, sorry, can I ask a question quickly? Yes.
Yes, sir.
So I noticed in your when you are trying to run it and when you connected to security and trying to run it,
Mhm.
you didn't put like the drive name. Is that not necessary?
Yes, because I'm using the network part. You
Yeah, but
understand?
network part, you don't need to put drive. The drive.
No,
Okay.
no, because my script is located on F drive in my primary server.
In O1,
So
right?
that's what,
Yeah.
yes. So I just picked the file path for my script. So what you were seeing was F drive, MS SQL Server, then where the file is kept. So if you know your file path, you can just go
Yeah.
there and pick it. Let me
Yeah,
go back
but
and show
but
you.
when you connect it to O2 and you're trying to pick the script from O1, right?
Yes.
So you had SQL double slash SQL O1. Then after that, you had the folder directly. I was wondering if you need to put the drive there.
Okay,
Maybe
let's go back
yeah,
and
when you come back out.
it's going to come back on now. I don't know if anybody's watching the time. I didn't want this to be long, but the demo is over. It's just question and answering time. So I will quickly go back here.
Yeah. Yeah, which is the cocoa? Is that question and answer?
Let me close this thing that is already slow.
Because I
Uh,
think I think to get this, right, your scripts must have been
get it.
ready. If you don't have the script already there, then this will be fruitless.
Yes. So we always like making it fruitful. So you
Right.
understand,
So
before you deploy anything to production, it must have gone through scrutiny.
yeah,
So
so we would like to have a look at that script. Let's see what that script itself is doing. if you
Okay.
don't mind. Yeah,
Okay.
thank
Okay.
you.
It's coming up. Coming up. Sorry, this is a lab environment that have lots of things in it. So after I finish a particular course, I would have to turn this one off. This one is Khalil. This one is on cybersecurity. We're doing. By the way, I'm not advertising for our school, but the school will stretch you a bit. The bosses that are here, they already know that. So that's why the server is a bit slow. It has a lot on it. I'll have to clear some things to make some space. Okay, so this is coming up now, SQL 01. So this is the template I spoke about already. I'm already using my template. I have all my queries here. These are my scripts I'm putting in here. If I want to do anything, I just come here and I pick it from my templates. They're already here.
Yeah. So Evan, this is what I was talking about on line 13.
Okay.
You
So this
have
is the network part. Okay,
yeah.
guys, sorry I went a bit fast, but let me go back again to this first one. On top is SQL 1, right? So this is this PC, F drive. So now this is the script. This is where the script are in. So Chioma, you said you wanted to see it, right? This one is a simple create database script, open with Notepad. This is just a simple script, create that, go to the. So now, if you notice here, I did not put the file path and all that thing. So create a database wherever your file path is as defined by your, when you were installing your SQL Server. It will go there and do that. Then use that database, create table, use the database that you just create. So if you do not finish step 1, you cannot go to step 2. So use that. Then after that, do your insertion of records, open with Notepad, insert these few records, still use that database to insert 5 records. Then your backup the database as a backup database and make sure that like Choma rightly said, is backing up to the right location. Let's assume it's network path I'm backing up to, so I'll use the network path there, which is what is, say then your verification of data is just to run a select star to see your everything. That's what is giving us the result when I run it. Okay, so it's just simple script then. The reason I had the network part is this is SQL 01, right? I shared this part, right click, properties, sharing. So this is the part because I shared it. So this network part is, since I'm going to SQL 02, I'm saying from SQL 02, come here and pick the script and go and run it using Sql command mode. That's all this is just saying right here. So we're going to connect to SQL 02 just to verify when it comes on. Or let's assume, let me not even open it, then we'll go there later. So let's run this using Sql command. So let it go and run in SQL 02. You see that it's connecting to SQL 02. SQL 02 went off. Oh my God. Sorry, SQL 02 went off. That must be on my domain controller. Okay, it must be running too. Sorry, all those things went off. So this will fail. You know why? Of course. You know why? It's saying a network related or instance error, whatever is happened. That's because that's like immediately I just saw that it's connecting. I knew that, oh, this guy had gone off. So immediately this guy come up, we're going to run it again. So
Yeah, can you also, yeah, let me ask a question there. Can you also emphasize that they can understand the clarity of why it is important to have a go underneath every statement? So I would like you to run it to connect to SQL 02 because I've done a ton of work using this SQL command mode. If you don't
awesome.
include the go, there is always error. So I would like you to show them,
Excellent.
yeah, I would like you to
So
show them the impact, yeah, what happens when there is no go and
thank
how
you.
it connects to SQL 02 without a go.
Beautiful. That's it. Thank you for mentioning that. Yes. As a matter of fact, when the enterprise DBA was showing these other guys, when they were the original guys that were using it, when they came on board, it was throwing up error, but it will run, but you'll see error. And I'm like, this is a simple fix. So the guy is actually been promoted to the manager now. He's very good. He's an Indian guy. He's very good. So he's the one that showed me this thing. So I took the script and I looked at it. I'm just like, hey, you're using Sql Command mode. So you need to include Go so that you can break each, you can break each session from the other one. If you do not put Go, it's going to give you an error. Okay. So let us, I think Sql 02 should be up by now. Good is up. So I'll run it now again. So do you want us to demonstrate without the Go? It's going to give us an error, but it will still work. Is that what you want? Okay.
Yeah,
let's go
let's
ahead
do
and do
that.
that.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so there is no go in my command again. It will connect. It will go and run, but we may see some error. In the one that we did at my place of work, we got error when we did not include Go, but let's see. I just want to make sure that these guys are on so that you see that. Okay, still not connecting to Sql 02. Why? Okay, let me get in there.
So Evans, one question. Say you're running on like multiple servers, like 10 servers. Does it run in parallel or one after the other?
Depending on how you run them, for example, you know the way query is, if it does not finish with this source line, based on the ACID properties of database, you have to, I know that it has to go line by line. It cannot jump. For example, if you do not have the database, you cannot go and create a table or do all those things. So you must go line by line.
Okay, makes
Mega,
sense.
can I chip in 2 cents there?
Yes,
So
please.
when you use the Sql command mode, right, it connect to the first server,
Good.
run all your query, do everything, and then disconnect completely from that server
Then goes to the
before
next.
connecting to the
Thank
second
you.
one. Yeah. So
Excellent.
everything,
Excellent.
all the script must be done on the first server, disconnected completely from it, and then go to the next.
So thank
Okay,
you.
good.
So
And Evans, when you're
yes, please.
specifying, sorry that I interrupted.
No,
When
go
you're
ahead.
specifying, like you see how it says connect
Connecting to
Sql 02.
Sql 02,
So if you
yeah.
have like 5 servers, do you put all the servers on that line?
No.
Or you put them one after the other?
No, I've never done it that way. It will be a good,
Okay.
but I don't think it will work, but you can try. You see, that's why I like having labs, right? Even at your place of work, you can download SSMS locally so that you can be running all your dirty things there before you take it into your dev environment or something. You can do that. So I've not tried that,
Yeah,
but that'll be a good thing to try.
Yeah, I can answer that question. So what you do is you can have a list of all the servers you want to run and then like declare them and then you can loop through them. The Sql command mode will give you the ability to still loop through servers.
Exactly.
All right,
Okay.
very good. Thanks for that.
That's a good one too.
Yeah.
So in my own case, because of the type of query I'm running, it's a basic query. It did not give me this error, but in our own case, we're getting some errors. If I spy, okay. Anyways, I don't want to spy my office or whatever, but I've gone there and I'll just check the error that we're having. Based on the query that we're running, we were seeing error, but as you guys can see on this one, there is no error. Everything still ran very well. If you go to your Sql 02, check, you would see that you have the database and it gave you the same result. So I think Sql Command is a good feature that you should use. I would quickly do a summary again of what I just did. You need to, first of all, I like to enable mine on by default. You turn that on by going to Tools, you come to Options, you go to Query. Let me go back up here. So you see it like you go to Query Execution because that's what you want to do. You go to SQL Server, then you click on General. When you click on General, this will not be checked on your environment. You can check it and then you click on OK. So when you do that, anytime you open a query window, Sql command mode has been activated. And all I just did was, if you want to connect to one server, the terminology is connect, you put the server name and you connect and run your script there. to do what you want to do. In the second option that we looked at, we have some script located in this file path. The script is already there. We already know what the script wants to do, and then we did a run. We used a run command. So with that, it will go in there, run your query for you, and you can use it to do anything you want to do in Sql Command mode. All right, thank you guys.
Sorry, Evan, sorry. I thought
Okay.
this wasn't supposed to work without the Go. It still work, right?
Yes, because of the kind of query I'm running. If you are running some complex query, you have to introduce a Go to break the segments. This one, they are interrelated. But the query that we were running was very complex and was doing some different things, changing some different settings. So we have to compact them and compartmentalize them by saying, finish this sector. When you finish, you commit it, you go, enter the next session.
If they want to see the error, you can do SP login info and check the permission of one login. It will throw that error if you connect to both server without a Go. Also, I wanted to ask a question.
Before
I
you ask
haven't
your
tried it.
question, do you want us to do what you just said? So what's the
you
command?
can do XP login info.
I'm running that on Sql 02, right? Connect
on
to Sql 02. I'm on
yeah.
Sql 01, so I want to go to the next server.
Connect to one, do a connect, then connect Sql 01, run SP login info.
No, I'm on Sql 01. Why do I need to connect to Sql 01? I'm already in Sql 01.
Okay, yeah, still use a connect Sql 01, then go write the XP login info, check for any user, any AD user if they exist.
Like this, is it login info one word,
info,
right?
yeah.
Then you put the
Then the
username here and the domain
name slash blah blah blah.
Now,
Yeah.
if I'm on Sql 01, I don't need to use that. Let me use this guy here. Yeah, this is what I used to check what Araba group people belong to at work. They
Yeah.
can use this script. So when you're in Sql 01, why are you now using command prompt on it? It will give me
you
my
can
result.
still do that. Yeah. Then connect to Sql 02 after this and run exact same this thing. It should give us that error.
Okay.
If that user exists in the other server or does not. Yeah, sorry, I want to mute myself. Let me ask the question quick so that if you finish can. So can we use this SP this Sql command mode in I think someone was talking about agent job. Like, is it possible to use it in agent
Yes.
job?
Yes, I think yes. In agent job, you'll see that the query will have something like this hyphen, something like this. Then it will now put your query. So it's already, that means Sql command mode must have been activated, enabled on that server. Somewhere in your agent job, anytime you see this, that means it's running it in Sql command mode. You can quickly check do your research online and check that. Well, for me, it's giving me that because I exist. We need to find maybe next time, because we're running out of time. I don't want this to have less than 10 minutes before this thing disconnects us. But to answer your question, if you are running a complex query that has to do with different things, it can throw up that error. This query we are doing is not giving us the error. Everything is working fine, which is also good. So I'm going to post this video in the DBA support channel, YouTube, so that we can go there and I'll share it with everybody. Any other question? We have like
Yes, I do have
more
a question.
minutes.
I have a
Okay.
question. It's kind of twofold. You said at your work that you guys had to do this with link server. So my question is, because I've used this in the past, I regularly use it for failing over between nodes and in the always on.
Yes,
But
yes.
if the servers are not part of an always on and they are not a member of the link server, but they're in the same domain, will this work?
Yes.
Second,
Okay, let
okay,
me
yeah,
answer
go.
that person.
Okay, go ahead.
Great question. The reason why now the project I'm doing that we use link server has to do with connecting to a backup orchestrator. We're setting up a process. So that's why we had to go through using, depending on what we're doing. So for the Sql command mode itself, it can work without link server.
Oh, great. For second option, can you go to that on your Sql 01? Can you right click it? I want us to test this theory. I don't know how
Like
this might
this?
be. Yeah. Then go to facets.
To where?
Right there, facets here. Yeah, click
Where?
on that.
Policies.
No, below policy.
Okay, facets.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. In case the thing time out, we can drop another Zoom link. This same thing.
All right. From the server pull down, click on the pull down tab. Go to security, server security. Click on that. Okay, so this is change. In other words, oh, I see. So the command shell doesn't really affect your ability to run SQL mode. So this command shell option, you can set it to true or false. But Microsoft recommends you always leave it up because it can be a security risk.
Yes,
Because if a
probably.
hacker gets into your server, they have the ability to run script that would actually and connect to all the other all your servers in your environment if this is turned on. So I just wanted to know if leaving that on does affect your ability to run SQL, to
Okay.
run queries in SQL command mode, but it doesn't appear to be so. Interesting.
Thanks.
Thank you.
So
You're welcome.
to add 2 cents to that, right? When you set SQL command mode on your on any query window, right? Behind the scene, what SQL Server does is it enable this feature you're looking at right now in the screen. It enable it for just
That
that
session.
window or just that session, yes. But if you not do it at the server-wide level, there is this store procedure sp configure, right? And then
That
you
you used to check your
enable,
configuration, right? Then you
yes,
show
then you
advanced
enable,
option, then you turn from
correct,
0 to
yes,
1.
correct, yeah.
All right. All
Great
right,
to know.
guys.
Thank you, guys. This is awesome. Thank you, Evans.
You're welcome. Let me stop the recording in case this thing disconnects us. So thank you all for watching.